Do not eat or chew while you are talking on the telephone, which is a real important thing. Identify who the caller is. If in that case, the name generally is introduced before getting to understand what am I saying. Once I've told you that he's not in your place, he would call you later. This is not a kind of a conversation that the receiver wants to listen to. Make sure that you are polite enough to reach to the caller. Never refer to the matters as inquiry, your problem or your complaint. Instead, begin your sentences or phrases with you have to, you need to. Try starting your conversation with will you please, would you please. Avoid off as abrupt and unprofessional by all means and refrain from using expressions. Now, what are those expressions that you should not use? You should not say hang on because it's a professional call. So you need to say, may I put you on hold with all your permissions? All right. You should not say hold on. Instead, what should you say? You should say, may I say who's calling, please? Who's calling should not be used. You should say, may I know the person who's calling? May I know your name? May I know your contact details? In case you have to help out with someone, you should not say, I can't help you. You will have to speak to someone else. Make sure that you transfer the call to the particular department and communicate by saying, I need to transfer your call to XYZ department so that they can answer to your questions. Always end the call by asking the permission and asking them for some more help that they would need. After asking a caller to hold, be sure you welcome after the person has after you have kept the person on hold. Using slang or shortening words during phone conversation is inappropriate or unprofessional. For instance, if you have to check on something for the customer, just say, hold on for a moment, not hold on a sec. That sounds very unprofessional. Refrain yourself from using slurs or phrases such as bye-bye, okie dokie, or alrighty. These are the words that you use while you're talking to your friends. If the person that was being called is not available, make sure you say, I'm sorry, Mr. Chawla is not available right now. May I help you with something else? Always make sure that you identify yourself. What do you mean by identify yourself is, hello, my name is Leena, I'm the office assistant, and you may tell me what the issue that you're facing. I would be happy to help you. Demonstrate sincere sympathy and understanding. Say something like, I'm sorry about this. Tell me what has happened. I would surely help you. A good phone message includes, when you get a call, you need to make sure that the entire message is noted down properly. It has some kind of an order. What is that order? Name of the person for whom the message was left. Caller's name, company, department, and number. Make sure the number is repeated so that you note down a perfect number. Date and the time. Now, what are these date and the time details? These are the time details which the person has to get back to. If the person is placing up some order, make sure the date and the time that you are letting know to the customer or to the caller are appropriate. Actions to be taken. Please call. Will call back. Urgent. Are the notes that you write for the receiver. Once the caller has put down the call, make sure you have entered all these details so that you can pass it on to the appropriate person and let them do the needful. Also make sure to use when is the best time for them to call you back. That is how you give proper importance and you end up the call in a proper way. There are some self-assessment questions that are followed after this course. Please make a note of them and rate them from 1 to 10, wherein 10 is the highest. Supposedly, the rate and the speed of the voice. If you are the caller and you would like to rate me, where would you rate me? What is the rating that you would give me? Rate and the speed of the voice. If a person on the other end is speaking very fast because he is there to answer your calls, you would not rate him 100% or you would not rate him 10. Your pauses, your intonation, your expression, and your pronunciation holds a very greater space in this area. Initial tone at call opening. That means, did the person greet you? How was the greeting? A person over the phone can say, "Good morning, how may I help you?" This is not the way the receiver would appreciate. You have to say, "Good morning, how may I help you?" Clarify your thought and expression. So whatever you would like to express and whatever are your thoughts, you need to be very clear in that. You have to be crisp in your diction, your overall voice characteristics, your confidence, your projection, honesty, sincerity. Everything plays a very, very vital role. Thank you to be the patient listeners. Hope you enjoyed this session with me. Hello and welcome to the English learning app called Hello English app. This app is very easy to use. Comes in a lot of languages which helps your learning very easy. Hello English app has so many topics that you can ever think of. Every topic has their own importance and their own notes followed by that. For your reference, you may go to the tab, download it, and then start using it. It's the most easiest way to learn English. Today, to give you a walkthrough to the entire app, I will take you through some lessons. Three of them are passive voice. Now, what do you mean by passive voice? Passive voice has another friend called as active voice. Now, active voice is something that describes a sentence where the subject performs the action. Supposedly, I threw this pen. So I am the subject and I'm performing the action of throwing this